Hi everybody, it's Christine Bertram. I'm coming to you live from the Hive here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Happy Flag Day, everybody! It is June 14th, and it is the birthday of our flag. Yay! And also our Army. So, if we all enjoy our freedoms, we have them to thank, the Army and our military, and all those that go before us to protect us. So, I like to honor them, and just wanted to, I looked at the calendar, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's already June 14th, you guys. It's crazy how fast these last few days have gone. Always fast, you guys. Always in a good way, though, right? So we're here for the Naturally Gilded. And also our Army. Really loud. Naturally Gilded Stamp-a-Stack. I'm a little bit nervous. I will admit, I'm not the biggest of blenders, but we're going to do this together. Blending cards, blending on paper with ink, with blending brushes is an amazing thing. And I am excited to do it, and I'm a little nervous. I did work on these cards with Carissa. Carissa is our expert blender. And so she took really good notes so that I can make sure I don't blunder or mess up on anything. But you guys, we're going to do this together as a group. Yay. So just so you guys know, these are what we're working on in a moment. We'll get started momentarily, and we're going to be doing lots of blending. This is a Stamp-a-Stack class. So how the Stamp-a-Stacks work, you guys, is I only make one. I've got like a thing hanging. It's this string. I make one of them versus all of them. So I show you how to make one of each so that you know how to make all the rest of them. So we'll get going on that in a moment. I just did my thumbs up, so you guys don't forget to hit your thumbs up as well. And I want to say hi really quick to everybody who's watching. I saw your name, Jenna, and I'm like, I was 30 seconds tardy because I took a moment to reply to your email. Hi, Sherry Everett from Dallas, Oregon. Hi, Cindy Hutchings. Hi, Becky Rohr. Hi, Sarah Mitchell and Linda Scott. And there's Linda Hunt. You too, always kind of I think I signed one up after the other one for ink, paper, scissors. So you guys are right next to each other all the time. And so here you're in the comments right next to each other too. Hi, Shirley Malarkey. Hi, Jenna Helms, joining from Western Wisconsin. Very hazy. You know, we actually have the sun. I don't know if you guys can see how bright it is back there. The sun is actually shining right now here in Eastern Wisconsin. Hi, Donna Grushke. Hi, Randy Schultz. Hi, Jill Keelblack. Hi, I'm just going to call you Honeybee Girl. It's been like 4 weeks since I jotted down your name, and I don't know where I put the name. So, girl, I'm going to call you Honeybee. You're going to have to tell me. I can remember a lot, but not everything, you guys. And on the fly, sometimes I don't remember everything. Shirley said it's really hazy in North Dakota as well. Oh, hi, Sandy Wicklander. Hi, Julie Bierschbach from Florida, having some fun in the sun. Yes, you are. Julie, your pile is getting nice and big for you for when you get back. You'll have lots of card making to do. Hi, Linda Kester. Hi, Carissa. Yes, I reconvened with Carissa this morning to go over things quickly, and so I think I got my hat on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jenna, I sure did. I think I messaged you at 12:59, and I'm like, do I reply or do I not? I'm like, do it now. Get it done. Hi, Vera Anderson. So we got everybody here watching. We got 24 people already. That's amazing. And I know people roll in as we get started. What do I have for announcements? You guys, just a reminder, it's Flag Day. Yay. I'm still offering free shipping via me, not Stampin' Up. So this is a sale outside of Stampin' Up. It's something that I started on Sunday. I sent the email out Sunday. I just sent a reminder about it in case anybody was thinking, oh man, I want to order, and then they forgot. So here's your reminder. Don't forget to get it in. All orders through tonight, basically Mountain Time, midnight Mountain Time. If you get an order in over $45, you get the free class, plus you would also get the free shipping. All right. Tasha, yes. I remember that. Tashana. Okay. So I have this kind of memory where I can see like letters and lengths and like 2 syllables, 3 syllables. Like I can remember that kind of stuff. And I remembered writing your name down. I remembered it started with a T, but I just couldn't remember the rest. So Tashana. And your nickname is Honeybee. So that was good. I'm glad I had that right at least. So hi, Mary Lemke. Excited for this. Yay. So Flag Day shipping ends today. And I've had I've had at least a dozen people take advantage of that, and I'm so excited. And it's been both. People have been wanting checks back. People have been using towards future classes. And so what happens is you get a rebate. So if you have Menards in your area, Menards does a rebate check. And so when you go to the store during their free 11% back or whatever they call their thing, you get a rebate check in the mail, but you have to fill out the receipt and the form and blah, blah, blah. It's work, right? So this way with me, when you place your order, I check to see how much your shipping was, and I just tell you, this is how much you have and how do you want to use it. So works out good. The other thing, DSP is still on sale through the end of this month. So 15% off of your designer series paper. So it's a good deal to get some designer paper stocked up. Hi, Carmen Sanders. The sign-up special still goes on, an extra $30 in your starter kit. So if anybody's looking to join Stampin' Up! Via somebody, I'm always proud to have a newbie join the team. We are the Be Happy Stampers, and we're growing strong. I think we currently have 102 people on the team, which is amazing. I love all my bees. And what else? We have a new bee that's joining us next week. Miss Honeysuckle will be joining our Be Happy Stampers indirectly. She will be called Honey for short, of course. But we had to come up with different full name for her so that we could refer to her as like Honey 1 and Honey 2. Hi, Hilden out. What else? Got Let's Go Fishing tonight, you guys. I have 12 people coming in person for class tonight, which is exciting. My last Let's Go Fishing class for the classes. It'll be the third one. I'm all set for that. What else? I know some of you might have seen this. Some might not have, but I did show off during class. I had class on Monday. I had to think momentarily what is today. I had class on Monday, and I did show off some of these cards, and I got a bunch of people that signed up already. So this is for game night. You guys, I haven't done the showcase yet for July. This is just some sneaky peeks. Hi, Patty Wright. These are just some sneaky peeks of what's coming up for July, that we've got the first 2 classes ready to go. They are game night, and I'm just going to roll through these really quick just in case you haven't seen this yet. I haven't even photographed them yet, you guys. Like, I just embellished this one about an hour ago. So it's featuring the Zany Zoo using all of the designer paper. You guys don't even need to have the stamp set. And they're 2 gatefold cards, so fun folds. You can go gatefolds, fun folds, and then like an easel one here. So it pops up like, it stands up like that. It's got the side like that, and there's your camping card. And then we've got our performance that's being put on by Whitey and her little cheetah friend, and it pops up like that. So we've got 4 fun folds coming for you for game night. It's like an ink, paper, scissors, but slightly higher price because it's game night. I use $5 from everybody's registration to buy the master prizes, which I usually get $5, $50-ish, $40 to $60, let's say that, $45 to $60 prizes. And it all depends on how many people sign up. So that's game night. You guys, it's on my calendar of events already. You can find it on July 6th. Yes, July 6th. Go to July 6th. You'll find the details. Or Lucky Hand in person is the 10th. And then Artistically Inked, you guys, I'm going to show you next is July 5th and 7th. This is an order-based class. So the last one I showed you was fee-based, meaning you can pay for it. And then this one is order-based only, and it features the Artistically Inked stamp set. So this is my quarterly order-based class. I try to finish my quarter as strong as I possibly can in sales, and so that's why I only do this one as a order-based class. And I make them extra special and pretty, right? So these so pretty. So Diane and Carissa and I put these together this past week, and you'll basically get everything that can be die cut out or embossed, but you'll need to have some flower stamps to stamp the flowers here and here. Any flowers would work in case you don't have Artistically Inked. But again, this is free with a $45 order, and I haven't even photographed them yet. They're going to be photographed this afternoon. A cover photo will be created hopefully overnight, and I'll be publishing this in the next few days. So I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you didn't see them. We're starting to work on July. My goal by the end of this week is to have the July monthly done and the textured floral done. And then next week, we'll be working on ink, paper, scissors, and Let's Just Stamp. And then by the end of the month, probably around the 26th or the 27th, you guys, I will plan a showcase video to show you all of the things that are coming up in July. Memories and More class also in July, and that's all laid out. I need 2 hours to zhuzh it up, right? Put the ribbon and embellishments on. So Memories and More too, coming up in July. So we have quite the gamut for you guys, quite a lineup of classes coming up in July, and so they're going to be some pretty ones. All right. Am I forgetting anything? Tigger is here, in case you're wondering. I know inquiring minds sometimes wonder. He is camped out on a chair, not where I normally sit. Normally, he likes to steal my chair after I get up. He's actually right across from it, and he has been sleeping. I think Tyler wore him out this morning. Tyler had him chasing that mouse for about 20 minutes. He became Hupper Puffer, and he's been sleeping probably since, I would have to say, 10:30. I did leave all the doors open. I shouldn't say that, but I did. I left all of them cracked 3 inches to the house in case he needs to go in and use the restroom. I don't have to get up and take him, so good there. Yeah, tonight is the last time you can submit for the Share, Create, Inspire card class, you guys. I think there's only 6 or 7 people that submitted entries, so just a reminder to get your card posted out there. If you have a chance, you'll get your name in for a drawing, and I will do that drawing tomorrow night at the end of the fishing class. I do have a happy mail here to share with you guys. This is from Miss Beverly Smith in Arizona. And she decorated the envelope to match. And you guys, I don't want to show you her address per se, but she decorated the envelope here with the embossing folder, that circly one. And then you can see it that it came through here as well. And then she decorated the envelope to match. And so this is the Favorite Flowers paper. Hi, Jean Maxwell. I wonder what Tigger will do when Honey comes home. I bet they will. Yes. So that is the number one goal, Jenna, is that they get along great, right? I'm sure that Tigger's not a hissy fitter, and the little one isn't a hissy fitter either. So I'm hoping they don't hiss at each other. But if they do, we'll get that out of the way right away. But she's so small. She's like this big, and he's like this big. He's bigger, Tigger. I feel like he's going to be a really good bigger brother to her, and hopefully he shows her the ropes, and he is the poop patroller. I remember with original Honey, he watched over her and made sure that she went, and then he covered up her poop for her and her pee. So it must have been a big brother kind of instinct back then. So hopefully all goes well. So we definitely have to kitten-proof the house again, though, and put the baby gates up so that she doesn't go into, like, we have a hole in the basement floor, right, where the water comes for the cistern or whatever, the sump pump, whatever that stuff is. So we don't want her falling in that. So we got to, like, get kitten-proof the house again, right? But she'll play with everything and anything we know. So we have to make sure we get everything situated. So, Jenna, there was your notice that the Venmo went through. In case you're wondering what my Mario tone was about. Okay, so you guys, let's flip this back down. We'll give Beverly another shout out here for her beautiful card using the Favorite Flowers designer series paper and the polyester petal pink ribbon. And she's got some gems on here. Very pretty, Beverly. She embossed the inside here. Look at that. Very cool. Very cool. All right, so Beverly's still taking this class with me today. Yay. All right, so that's my happy mail to share with you guys. And then just a heads up, look at us. We're back on track, you guys. I have the 3 monthly cards from March where we have winners. And then I have the Scenic Garden card class where we made these cards way back in March, you guys. Or was it April? It was April maybe because, no, it was March. It was March because Sale-a-bration ended in February, and we did this right after in March. And these are really pretty. We decorated the envelopes to match them. So exciting to give these cards away. So hold it, keeping me honest, right? Help me remember. I will give these cards away or announce the winners today. And then we'll also do a door prize drawing for class for today at the end of class. But let's do roll call really quick. And a note, if in case you're watching this and it's tomorrow or it's the next day or it's next week, we did kit up more for this class and I have about 8 left. So in case anybody thinks, oh man, I missed out on this class, and you're watching the video and you think, oh, it would have been nice to have this class, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. Most likely I will have it available and it'll probably make it to the back end of my schedule with past classes, but so pretty. So I just want to put that out there in case anybody's interested in it. This class was $50 for in-person, which is next week, you guys. So if you're local to me and you want to attend in person, it's $50. And if you need shipping, it's an extra $10. And we put it into one of these padded priority envelopes like this, and that's just $10. And so it'd be $60. And then if you're on my team, the Be Happy Stampers, you can also get the paper part of it only for $20 plus $6 for shipping. So I like to give my team the option in some of my classes that are product based that they can purchase like the cut cardstock and the die cut stuff. And so it's like a little bit of a team perk that they can buy the products themselves to help them meet their quarterly minimums and then get the rest from me. So, all right, so roll call. I have here Miss Lori Kaiser, Donna Grushke, Feline Mays, Sandy Wicklander, Sherry Everett, Shirley Malarkey, Julie Bierschbach, Carla Reel, Sarah Mitchell, Latokia Trigg, Karen Woods, Leslie McMinn, Vicky Rodriguez, Becky Gandolfo, Lynette Mooney, Mary Sykes, Angela Knutson, Kat Birch, Melanie Hao, Jenna Helms, Susan Bellamy, Jill Keelblock, Dawn Ablett, Wendy Kruger, Marcia Dean, Gwen Petrashek, Jeannie Parker, Cindy Hutchings, Karen Forward, Angelique McClendon, Beverly Smith, Lori P., Carolyn Ketchmark, Lila Erickson, Vera Anderson, Linda Scott, and Kara Berg. Yay! So, exciting stuff, you guys. I had mentioned on my live on Monday that we'd be shipping on Thursday. Well, we got everything done yesterday, and so fortunately I was able to mail out, Vera, in case you're wondering, or Linda, and Lila, I was able to mail out your packages yesterday to you, so you should have them in the next day or 2 or 3, which is awesome. I was planning and anticipating doing more shipping tomorrow, but we got 50 packages out in the mail yesterday, you guys. So if you're getting ink, paper, scissors, or the Technique Club class, or if you signed up recently for this class, that stuff all went in the mail yesterday. Whew, got to the post office at 5:58. Yay, right before they shut the doors on me. Thanks for sharing, Karen Wetstein. So Karen, I believe you are coming next week in person. And so that's why I didn't list off your name. And I didn't list off anybody else that's coming in person. But I do have a crew, you guys. Next week, I think we have a full house. I believe we have 14 people signed up to do this class in person with me, which is awesome. Vera, yours came today. Awesome. So you know what? I did mail that yesterday. It got to get this. So I know you're right down the road from me. You're like 2-hour drive. So this is the mail system at its finest. It went out at 5:58. The last truck goes out of Fond du Lac right at 6 or 6:30 or like shortly thereafter. I think as long as you get your packages in by 6, they go out in the evening yet. And it made it to you today. So that was like overnight delivery. Awesome sauce. I love it. So a whole bunch of you gals are here, which is great. I'm so excited to be able to make these cards live with you. If you are watching the replay, or anytime you're watching a replay, you guys, just know that if you ask questions in the video after the live, I don't always catch them. So I always advise you, if you have questions or if you need help, please message me privately, either on a Facebook Messenger or my business messenger. Like the business one is kind of, I don't get notifications, so I only go in there every few days. But texting, call me, email me, send a pigeon if you need to. So, but yes, I mean, I love the commenting and asking. Hi, Jean Turbolator. Definitely ask questions if you guys are with me right now. Other people are watching as well, and they answer questions too, which is pretty awesome. So we have a great community that loves to help each other out. So just a little note in case you guys are new to, if anybody's new to me watching for the first time, that you should ask questions. I'm here to help. I'm prolonging, you guys. Can you tell I'm prolonging to get to the card making? Not because I'm nervous, just because I'm like, okay, it's blending. Hi, Holly Pablo. Holly, thank you for the referral. Your friend and neighbor Jan reached out to me to get a class from me this morning, which was awesome. So that's so good. You guys referred her, mentioned to her that she should watch me. And so my referral program is that I'll send each of you 3 cards in the mail. And so the next time you have a package going out, Holly, because it's when somebody that you refer takes a class with me, that is when I reward you each with 3 handmade greeting cards. And so Holly, your next package I'll have 3 in, and then Jan's getting the Let's Just stamp, and so I will put those in with her package. Yay. Okay, we do need to go over things. So let's flip this down, you guys. Are you ready? I think we're ready. We're as ready as we're gonna ever be, right? 3 beautiful cards, you guys. I have to give a kudos and shout out to Carissa. These were her brain children, her little babies. She helped me put this class together, and she did a fabulous job. The goal was to use the net. So there was some goals that we had in mind when we were working with designing this class. The goal is to use naturally gilded paper. And so what I have here is, like, those that are attending in person next week, I put it all together in packaging like this, and I did not cut down the 6x6. I'm giving it to the people in class whole, and they are going to cut their own from there. Just like those that got this mailed to them, they're getting 6x6, and they're going to cut their pieces down from what they need. And so with this class, in case anybody's wondering, you get a half a pack of the naturally gilded paper, which is super pretty. And I think I grabbed Lori's because I'm going to cut Lori's for her. This is really pretty, you guys. This is a half a pack. So you get 3 sheets and 2 of each sheet for a full pack. One is more vanilla with gold, one is silver with white, and one is rose gold coppery with white. And you get basically one full 12 by 12, but if you got it mailed, you got it cut down to 6x6. And I had no problem cutting it to 6x6 to save everybody. It was easier to ship, and it was less shipping for everybody, because what you're using for each card is a 3-inch section. And so when you get your paper, you're gonna be able to cut your 5 1/4 and then by 3. And so this comes in the kit, and we'll work on cutting this in a moment. Also, what comes in the kit is a pack of 3 blending brushes. You guys will have envelopes over here. There are only 11 envelopes here because your last envelope is actually right here in with your card kit. It contains if you did not get the Be Happy Stamper pricing. So if you got Be Happy Stamper pricing, you got this minus embellishments, right? If you got the whole kit and caboodle, you get all of this plus embellishments. And so your butterfly embellishments are in this envelope right here. And I want to call that out because they were difficult to cut. You only got 8 on a strip, and you needed 12. And I didn't realize that there weren't 12 in the strip. I thought it just was a big hot mess. So people got pieces of butterflies, and they're all contained in one of these envelopes. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Debbie Gast. Oh, perfect. I'm happy that you turned us on while you're cleaning. That's awesome. Maybe it'll make the time go faster, and you'll work harder. So this is the whole paper. So if you get the Be Happy Stamper pricing, you get all of this minus the embellishments. Your 11 envelopes are here plus 1 here. And then you'll also get, if you got the whole kit and caboodle, the silver and the gold ribbon and a linen thread. You guys, I went a little bit ham on getting everything for you. I didn't feel like cutting ribbon or having my mom cut ribbon. So instead of giving everybody a little rat's nest of linen thread, we're like, well, let's just give everybody a full one and be done with it. So you got quite a bit in here for the amount that it is, which is pretty awesome, I think. So what we're gonna do though, the other thing too I wanna call out, in your kit here, when you guys get this from me, your gold foil is not cut where it needs to be. You need, for each card, you're gonna need 1/2-inch strips, and 2 of them for each card, and there's 4 cards. So there's 4 inches of, hi Sherry Martin, there's 4 inches of gold here. You will need to cut a 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch. There's enough here to get 8 1/2-inch pieces, okay? Either you have it as a full section or you have it as 2 or 3 sections. The same thing happens here. So this is all of what you need for this card. And then underneath it, there is a yellow card, which is that one. And this is what I mean by you might have strips here. So here's the copper. You will need to cut that down also to the 1/2 inch. So this is 1.5 inches. because that was what was the end of the paper. So you'll cut it at half inch, half, half, and then there's 2 little halfers in here. So some of you might have the full, some of you have sections, and then the last card down here is the blue card. And the blue card also, so you guys, your gems are there. And then this one has this black paper. It's 4 inches, and you'll need to cut 8 half-inch pieces. So I've done almost everything. I shouldn't say we definitely we lots of teamwork on this kit, like between Tammy and Anna and Rhonda and Carissa. We all made this class happen. So you're gonna have to do a little cutting. I was not about ready to cut. Let's do the math, you guys. We made 48 of these, and there's 12 cards, 576. I was not about ready to cut 576 half-inch strips for everybody. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of cutting yourself. So just putting that out there, that otherwise usually that kind of stuff is done for you, but because it's the class, I'm like, okay, well, you guys can help a little bit. All of your little die cuts are in here. So what you're gonna wanna do is when the time comes to work on this, you're gonna keep it horizontal. Do not open this like this. Don't open it like this. You want to open this packet completely flat, pull off the cellophane, and then pick up everything from the orange, like Cajun Craze, up. It goes on a pile. Then the next one that's here is yellow, and there's stuff you can see in between here. Lots of loosey-goosey little parts in here, and I highly recommend not opening it up over the floor. Like, open it over a counter space. So, like, all the little die cuts are in there. You guys, I made my mom and Diane triple check everything. They have 12 dragonflies in the kit for you. They've got 4 of these, 4 of these, 4 of those, 4. There's 4 or 12 of everything. Just putting it out there. If you are missing something, you've looked on the floor, you've looked under your shoe, you've looked in your shirt, you've looked on your boobs, under your butt, under the chair, on the cat's belly, on the dog's belly, and anywhere in between, and you can't find something, by all means, I will send something to you. But I ask that you look for it before you reach out to me, because 99% of the time people find what they're looking for by looking somewhere, and there it is. So putting that out there. So this is your pack you guys will need. We're gonna get to that in a moment, but that's pretty much what's in here. Now the 3 cards used, so part of this was giving you some blending brushes. If you don't have any other blending brushes in your possession, you might consider being strategic about how you put your cards together. Like, you might do the blending on the one card, rinse out your brushes, and then let them dry thoroughly, and then do your blending on here. If you have multiple extra brushes at home, like I went and scrounged through my drawer and I found some extra brushes, you could potentially do all these at the same time. Like, the other thing too is you might use one brush for blue, and then here's blue over here. You might use one brush for yellow, and yellow's over here. And then you might be able to finagle and do this with one brush as well. It just depends on how good you brush out your brush before you go to the next color, because you don't want to cross-contaminate colors per se. And we'll talk about that as we get coloring. All right, so this again is basically what you get when you do the class with me. Lots of good stuff in there. Again, it was $50 for that whole thing. And I don't know, I feel like maybe I should have done a little bit more, but I'm like, I'm just gonna go with it. $50 sounds like a good amount. On a side note too, you guys, I need your help. I'm phoning my friends right now. Tyler actually found this die on the floor that comes down to my craft room. He found it in the carpet facing up like this. I don't know if he even saw it, and I'm glad Tigger didn't eat it. I need your help. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it's retired or if it's current, but I have a lot of very savvy, smart friends out there that know dies really well, I think. And if anybody can help me figure this out, there will be a prize involved. So if anybody can help me, I'm going to set it right here so you can keep staring at it while we have class. All right, so let's talk about this designer series paper. You guys, this is an online exclusive, as is the silver and gold ribbon, meaning it's not going to be found in the catalog. It is definitely around while supplies last. It could, Connie Moore. Hello, Connie. Thanks for watching. It's meaning it might be gone tomorrow. It's while supplies last. And how the online inventory or online exclusives work is If you see that it says out of stock, it's coming back in. But if they take it off the website, then I understand that it's gone. So that's how we can know if things are coming back, I think, or not. And so online exclusives are in a little section in the online store. They're not found in any catalog. And they introduce new online products it's 3 times a year. So there's some new ones coming out in July. There's new coming out in September, November is another one. And then in, I believe, March, I think. So there's 3 times a year. So whenever it's in the middle of the catalogs, they come out with online exclusives. So they're introducing more products. So, these are, the gilded paper, the gold and silver are definitely online exclusives. Now the linen thread carried over. These cards were actually designed back in April, before we knew what was carrying over or not. And I will say that we did use a Mango Melody ink in one of these that did not carry over, but you have other orangey yellows, that would be fine. Very excited to say the Stylish Shapes carried over here. This one and this. The Season of Chic, that's the die set that got used. These 2 leaves come from Season of Chic. And then the sentiment here that says thinking of you comes from this as well. And then wishing you the best comes from Season of Chic. And then we pulled out this little foliage from the designer tags dies. This is not in the catalog, but it did move to the online exclusives. So it is another online exclusives. Then Nature's Prints is what got used for here, the hello there. The hexagon die comes from the Fancy Flora. So something fancy dies, I believe. I do, Holly. Yep. Sentimental Park. Oh, we're gonna have to look at that. Darling Details has a little flower. Maybe that. Okay, Jenna and Vera, we're gonna think about that. Holly, yes, I have this class available. I sure do. It would be $60 mailed. And I would be able to get in the mail now that I did my shipping today, soon. So Nature's Prints for this sentiment. And then we did not use the dies that go with Nature's Prints in this, but the other thing is we pulled in the Dragonfly Punch here. These embossing folders are super cool, all 3 of them. So these cards are pretty much, you guys, set up the same way. So once we do one and get it done, you're gonna be like, oh, this is pretty easy. I can handle all of these actually, once we get through all the coloring. The embossing folders are all different, and I'll show them closer when we get the paper out. This one is the 3D Basics embossing folder, and then Time Worn Type, and then Timber. And this one uses rhinestones. This one uses the brushed brass butterflies. Now this one has some retired product on it as well. It's in addition to the mango, the champagne rhinestones. You guys, they did, oh perfect, thanks Holly. They did not carry over, but I had enough packs. I bought 5 of them before they retired, so I had enough to do my classes. And so everybody got a strip. So we got a strip of rhinestones, 12 of these, and a strip of the regular ones and champagne. Oh, you guys are so amazing. We've got like 3 suggestions, and where did I put my catalog? I was gonna look here. Hang on here. You guys have me so excited that we might figure this out. Yay, Mary, you made it, and we haven't quite started. Oh man, you bet. Look at this. It is, I think, seasonal branches. So Jenna, yay. I think it's that one. Vera, you said Sentimental Park. You guys, we're taking a side quest here. One moment, please. This is like Where's Waldo and figuring out things. See, nope, that flower is slightly different, but good call. And do you have, I think, seasonal, Darling Details. That was another option. Let's just look at that really quick here. It makes sense, seasonal branches, you guys, because I had the seasonal branches dies. I had them upstairs for making the monkey card. So, Darling Details. Okay. I think, Jenna, you're a winner chicken dinner. Perfect. Mary has a 1/2 inch strip die. Oh, that would work good too. All right, it is seasonal branches. I appreciate that help, you guys. Jenna, I'm making a note to put something in with your package. You got your package waiting, so you help me with the die. Thank you. Die prize. I'm gonna put your die prize. We'll put something in there special for you. Okay, all right, so we've gone through everything that we're using, which is important stuff. Let's grab our paper trimmer, and the measurements on all of these are the same, you guys. We have 3 inches. 3 inches is a magical number for me with regards to paper, especially designer series paper, because it is 12 inches wide. And for those that got the kits mailed to them, you guys have 6 inches. And the height on these, oh man, the height is 5.5. Okay, well, I just realized that this one is 5 1/4, huh? And these are 5.5. So 2 different routes you can go, and I noticed in the tutorial that I did write them all at 5 1/4, so I will update it actually. The vertical ones are 5.5. The horizontal one is 5 1/4. So just note that if you're going off my tutorial, wait, I'm gonna update these 2. Well, I think that we're gonna go with 5 1/4. Only because I think that all of our foils are, let's look to see, you guys, what we did here. Hang on, we're gonna pull this puppy out of here just a little bit and see what I did here. I think we might be going with 5 1/4. All right, so we're going with 5 1/4, and that's what we're gonna do. So then the tutorial is right. We're going with 5 1/4, just because that is what size the strips are. And it'll still look good. So we're gonna make the cards today the way that you're gonna have your foil. Because this one's 5 1/4, and what happens with it is you're gonna see a nice little border on the edge of the card, which is perfectly fine on these as well then. So, all right, let's cut our paper, and they're gonna be 5 1/4 by 3. And so for those, got all the early directions, because I'm probably perfect. Yes, Jenna has it correct. She sure does. So for those that have the mailed kit, you guys, your paper's cut 6 by 6. You're gonna wanna take 2 of your sheets and use 2. Where for me, this is Lori's. I'm actually cutting Lori's. I have my kits here ready to put together with you, but I like to show you how to cut the paper. So we're gonna do the 5 1/4, because that is what the foil is all cut to. I cannot change the size of the foil at this moment in time. It is as it is. So you're going to be cutting 5 1/4, and then you're gonna do 3 and 3. So this is what happens, you guys. We make changes and we have little creative differences. This is probably gonna be the easiest cutting of designer paper for a class that you guys ever are gonna experience. That's it. We need 5 1/4 by 3, and there are 4 of those. And you're gonna be left over with 2 half sheets. And for those doing mailing, you'll have a little, like 3/4 strip left over in yours. And then this one, we're gonna cut the silver here for Lori. So again, 5 1/4 right here. And then this is extra. And then we just flip our paper, and we're gonna do 3 and 3. And then 3. And you guys, I didn't even measure the last little bit of it. I'm gonna assume it's close to 3, and if it's a hair shorter, it's really okay. It just gets centered. So those, done. Now we have our coppery rose gold. Just make sure I have not received my kit. I will text you after class. Okay, Sherry, that sounds good. Yes, please message me after class. Or you can message me now if you like. We're gonna flip this over. That's extra. And then we're going to cut at 3 and 3. Oh, Sherry, I know why you don't have yours. I am mailing it with your product share, and your product share is going out today with it. And so I was gonna give you a shipping rebate voucher for consolidating the shipment together. So I hope that is okay. That is, you don't have to email me. I do know why yours didn't go out. I was holding it here for for you to have it consolidated with your, I was going to put everything in a padded envelope and save you a little money. So I hope you don't mind. Sure, you don't have to email me. It's sitting right here. I'm looking at it actually. All right, so you guys will have some leftover that you can make more magical, beautiful cards with. And then you have here these little cut pieces. And if you want, you could include them into the kit where it needs to go. Like, so I have here for Lori, I'm gonna just tuck these in here for her. And then we've got the goldy ones and the silvery ones can go back here. And then, so now Lori's all set to go. She's got everything cut and now she could start creating. All right, and we're gonna put that in here for her. So she's set and ready to go. Awesome. Now she just has to come pick it up. All right, so we're gonna start with the blue one. All right, perfect. All right, so you guys, we're gonna start with the blue one. And what you'll have in your kit, oh man, I just realized what I did. Did anybody just realize what I did? Hi, Jeannie Parker. I bet nobody caught what I just did. And you know why? I just caught it because we're starting with this card. And it's nothing I can't fix or you can't fix, but I just cut these all the vertical way. See? So these are not correct. They actually need to be cut horizontal. And I just caught it. So you guys, this is a perfect thing to go through. The experience of cutting something incorrectly is far worse when you don't have something to fix it with. But because you have 2 more pieces of paper, if you've already cut, you can fix it. So for me, I can keep these for myself and I have more paper I can give to Lori, so no big deal. But what we really need to do, you guys, on this silver one, there's a reason I didn't put my cutter away. This silver one here needs to be horizontal. The other ones are vertical. So I didn't hear anybody saying, no, 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 don't cut it. So it's okay. We can fix this. So now we want to do by 3. So watch this. We can fix, no problem. But we need these to be 5 1/4 by 3 because this is in fact a horizontal card. Carissa was yelling at me and I didn't hear her yelling. So it's okay. We are good to go. We can fix this. This is not a problem whatsoever. We're doing 5 1/4 here, like this, and by this, in case anybody, and then this is by 3 and by 3. So you technically, if you cut it vertical, because you're like right on track with following me like a good little student, I said it, you didn't hear me. This is an easy mistake. Yep, you guys, so I'm showing you that you can make mistakes and it's okay. You could have, in essence, if you wanted, you could have definitely designed the card this way and your grains would have been going horizontal versus vertical. It still would have been really pretty. It's all good. Like either way would have worked, but I don't want to give Lori the wrong paper. So I'm going to make sure I get them corrected in here for her. And then she'll be back on track and I'll just give her a different sheet of, I'll keep these. You guys, I'll keep this for myself and I will give her a different section of paper and it's all good. So I got a potential spam. I can ignore them. Do you guys get like potential spam calls? I get probably 10 a day, it seems. Okay, well, just like that, we're back on track, you guys. Oh, good stuff, right? All right, so you guys just grab, you can grab one or grab all of your hexagons. You can stamp all of them at the same time or do them all separate, whatever you want. You're gonna grab this guy here. Well, Carissa, you know what I just realized? I used a different die for that. I used, let's grab it out here. We're stealing from Lori again, you guys. Poor girl doesn't even know that I'm stealing from her. We're just gonna open this up, keep it flat, right? That's the trick. Let's go in here, show you guys what you have. We have these guys here. This is what was used right here. So we're just gonna grab one of those and we're gonna put this way. So I remember that I gotta replace one. Okay, so let's do this. over here. All right, so this is what you guys want to do. You want to grab one, because I'm only making one with you at the moment. We got that piece. We have this. We'll cut that down. You have an embossed piece. That. So I've got an extra set here in case I make any major mistakes, you guys. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to adjust this slightly because we talked about it being 5 1/4, which that is perfect. And then that one didn't need adjusting. And then this guy right here, what you're going to do is going to do 5 1/4, which that is, but you need 1/2 inch strips. So you guys, you'll have a chunk and you have 4 inches. And what you're going to do is you're going to need to cut it down into strips. And you're going to do that for every one. So let's get that to a 1/2 inch here. And we're going to go like this because we're working with that. That is a way to save paper. Okay. I think that we are on track now to work on this guy. So you're going to take your Balmy Blue. It is scored for you, so just fold it in half, and you're going to want to make sure that you burnish it. Now, this is a horizontal card. Yes, Holly, you said it correct. There's always a way to make it work. That is so true. You guys, we call them creative differences, and they're good. You don't have to have everything exactly the same. All right, and then what we're going to need to do here is this is going to be our top eventually, or, you know, like on the top of our card. These are going to be our little strips that go here and here. We'll eventually glue those down. This is our inside, this, and then we need some ribbon. So we need to do some blending, you guys. I've procrastinated long enough. You're thinking, when is she ever going to show us how to do this blending? Well, now is the moment. You're going to want to grab a sheet of paper, and you're going to put that underneath you as a good starting base, because if you just work on a surface like this, that's fine as long as you can clean it up and you're not going to be wiping your arms and anything in it. So I like to use a paper like this. I know Carissa has a big glass mat which she uses, which works perfectly too for blending. It's easy to clean up. So for this, the notes that we have here is, and I'll read this, and then this is what we're going to try to do. Blend the Balmy Blue from top to the middle and from the bottom to the middle. So basically from working from the top and the bottom and working your way in. And then leaving a small strip of lighter blue in the middle. Then blend navy in around the corners and swipe slightly over the whole piece of DSP. So does that make sense, like how we're gonna get that? If it doesn't, that's why we're gonna do show and tell here. All right, so you guys are gonna need some ink colors. You need Balmy Blue and Night of Navy for this project. And what it is we're going to start with Balmy Blue. Now, I will admit, I hate Balmy Blue and blending. Balmy Blue does not work good for blending with me. I don't care how new the ink pad is, how much you just refilled it. It just doesn't always work so hot for me. So, what I do, so you guys, in your kits, you guys got the little baby brushes, which look like this. They are going to work perfectly well. The reason I chose to put all of the small blending brushes in your kits is because Stampin' Up! Put out a call of action to help them with their inventory, their surplus inventory items, and the small blending brushes was one of them. Now, if you want to, you could use them. I just, because this one has blue in it already, I chose to grab one of my bigger brushes, which has blue in it. They both work very nicely. And I'm seeing here, this is what is happening when I'm dipping my brush in my ink pad. So I don't know if it just got re-inked possibly, and it just needs a little bit of spreading around, but we're gonna do that first because I don't like how sharp this looks on here. That's why it's important to have a piece of paper here to kind of work your brush first so that you don't get that on this. And so we're gonna get our brush here kind of like in good order. I think that my ink pad just got re-inked and it is super juicy at the moment. I'm wondering if I have a second one. You know what? Let me grab this guy. We're gonna see once if this one does this. So these are both Balmy Blue, you guys. I'm gonna see once if this one does it as well. Not as much, but it's got a little bit. But what we're doing is I'm holding the paper vertically, so it's really horizontal because I'm right-handed. And what you do is you add color from right to left. Now, if you're left-handed and you need to do left to right, that's okay too. But basically, this is the bottom and this is the top. And what we're doing is adding color and it will stick everywhere except for where the foil is. So that silvery foil is on here. And eventually what I will do is take like a paper towel and wipe over the top of it in case there's any ink that's sitting on top of the foil. So what I'm doing is I'm working my way onto the paper from off the edge and adding color in a circular motion. And we're just going back over the edges and working our way up to the middle of the section. And I'm gonna call it there for this side for the moment and flip it over and work my way up. Now this is the top. Working my way on it from the top to the middle. And we're leaving it a little bit lighter in this middle section here. So the thing with blending is you can always add color, but you can't take color away. And so if you notice, like here, I got a little bit dark right on the edge there. I can't take that away. There's no way to take it away. If you would happen to have something sharp like that here, it would be hard to finesse and get rid of something like that. So I just realized I have this ink pad open. I'm gonna shut this really quick. So for some reason, that ink pad there, we just re-inked that. I'm thinking right before I left, it got used in a class and it needs to get, like the ink is really sharp. I'm not noticing that with this ink pad. There are different ways that you can take ink out of ink pads. Sometimes taking a bone folder and kind of smushing it out helps, but yeah, it's always good to have a good consistency in your ink pad before blending. All right, so you can see that what we've done is added, and I kind of left it a little bit lighter right through here. There's no set line, right? I'm just kind of not going all the way to the center. Hi, Vicki Rodriguez. You didn't miss it. We just got started. So I'm going to go back over and add a little bit more color right from the top to the middle. And then I'm going to flip it over again this way and do the same thing on the bottom, making sure that I'm really consistent along this bottom section and leaving a little bit of lightness here. So this is Balmy Blue, but then what it says on our, so that's from top to bottom to the middle, leaving it lighter in the middle, and then blending navy, like around the corners and around the edges slightly. I can see here what we did is, you can see it's just a little bit darker of a blue there, and that's coming from the navy. So I am one that likes to keep colors together with my ink pads. If you are limited on what you have for ink pads, blending brushes, you could always take this and wipe this out, wipe it out until no color comes out, and then you could use this brush for the navy. And you could do that back and forth, but you can tell that this was a navy brush to me in the past. So we're gonna grab this one again, this guy. And so again, we're gonna dip off here just to see where we're at with ink. There is another way. Other people will keep this brush the way it is and never clean it out. They will put like a plastic baggie around it and kind of seal it, and then it doesn't contaminate or get on things. So if that is the case, you might keep a navy brush, or you might keep a balmy brush, you might keep a daffodil. That's always options too that you can do if you want to invest in getting more brushes. So be very careful with the navy though, because you don't want it to add too much color to your edges. You don't want it to get too dark on you, because again, we said you can add color, but you can't take color away. So you can see it's just slightly starting to change the color down here at the bottom. It's starting to put some of that navy, where up here you can't see. It's like got this little purpley blue down here now. So we're gonna flip this over, come in it from the top here. For me, I end up getting my edges darker, which kind of gives it a halo-y look to it. If you don't like that, don't push as hard when you're going over the edge. So I generally work in a circular motion, but you might have seen me there. I just went like, I went like that back and forth too. Like, that's not the worst thing to do either. Like, you can do that. And I'm gonna come from the edge here maybe a little bit. You guys, blending is something that you might need to practice at. Practice on, copy paper is a hard thing to practice on because it's different porous. It's like, it's copy paper, it's not as so good. If you have some old scraps of white that you can practice on, you should practice on some sort of cardstock if you wanna practice. So this is where I'm at. You can see I've got a little bit of lighter here through the middle, and then I've got my balmy blue kind of sneaking out, and then I've got my navy. So like when you put these next to each other, you're never gonna get two cards that are identical. They might look very similar, but what I can see here is the one that we made here. It's a little bit darker all around. You can see that I've got a little more lightness showing back through here, and this one's got a little more balmy blue. So that's quite all right. If you're like, ooh, I wanted a little bit more, you can go back and add color. That is not a problem. So like now if I'm taking my balmy blue back, you can take balmy blue now and go over all of this again and get it a little more blue if you want. Like, let's say you didn't like how light it looked through the middle. It's okay to go back and put a little bit more blue right over that, like the light blue. So it kind of made a little bit of that lightness disappear. But I don't know. I think that if I look at this on my card like this, and I put that black strip across here, like to me, that looks very similar to it, and I think I'm good to go. So I'm gonna call this one good on the blending. And we are going to look at the inside here really quick. I've got just a little spriggy thing on the bottom. So I'm gonna leave my navy ink open, grab that, and then my inside here. So it says hello there. So we're gonna do this one in the inside. I'll put it on this side. Perfect. And then the hello there, you called, is it me you're looking for? You guys, we always have to quote Adele when we say hello. All right, so we're gonna get hello there. Now this is where if you have all four of them that you wanna do at the same time and do all the same, this is where you would stamp all four of those. I'm just doing the one at the moment, and we're gonna do hello there. A practice right there. And I'll flip it over, try in the back. So it's really hard to see because white on white. So when you have a different color, so you got to be careful too. These are not true hexagon in terms, like these two sides match these two sides, but this and this is longer. So if you hold it like this, thinking it's right, it's actually like that. We're gonna see once how the hello there looks. Crooked. Okay, hi Penny Powell. Late to the party, taking care of the kittens. I hope that you found some happy homes for some of them. I'm gonna bring that down just a hair. Good. All right, so we're good on the navy. All right, so let's move the navy and the balmy off to the side here. We might come back and use these brushes for Tahitian Tide in a moment, but let's get rid of that. And one moment. Just realized that I needed to grab the ribbon. All right, so how are we gonna do this? Let's all go to A&W. For these strips, one of the things that I like to use is liquid glue, because you can wiggle with it a little bit. Sometimes tear and tape will work good. So on this one, I'll use the liquid glue to show you this. I would not put glue near one side so that when you put this on, you have your margin. So you're just gonna hold this over. I make sure one side is flush, and then if the other side is longer, it's okay. We'll trim it to match. All right, so there's that. And then I'm gonna flip this over and then put this on this side. Making sure the one side is flush and then I can cut the other side. You can give yourself as much or as little as you want. I'm gonna see about that much looks good to me. Then all you have to do is flip this like that, and you can just trim off any extra overhang so it's nice and flush now on both sides. All right, then what we'll do is we're going to just line this up and see once where we're at with our white piece. If your white is hanging over a little bit, it's time we can trim it shorter as well so that it matches. I'm noticing just a hair needs to get trimmed off here. And this time I'm going to use a trimmer like that. And now they're all even. It's good to do this before you start getting glue all over the place. All right, so that matches, which is good. And we need our tear-in tape. And we're going to use our tear-in tape sandwich skills here. So again, look at this. So you want it to not be upside down, right? So I'm gonna put this tear-in tape on that side, and then this one is down a little bit lower, and pick this off. And grab your silver ribbon from your kit. And what I would do, so it's got like a crisscross going on. So this one starts more at the bottom, about a 1/2 inch, and it comes up to about there. And you swing it onto the back, and I'm gonna snip it. And then this one's a little bit lower, like that. And it crosses over the top, and you're kind of making like a weird X. And then make sure you like the way it looks. You could look at the label here to see if they intersect in a good spot. Something like that. Because now is the time where you could make it a little higher if you wanted. Like, let's say you're like, oh man, I should have made that one go a little higher. Then what you can do is just untack it from the glue and bring it up a little bit higher. And then put your tear-in tape down. Like that. And actually, we're gonna do a little bit of trickery here. We're gonna leave those little tear-in tapes on, and we're going to pop up this layer with dimensionals to give it a little bit of height. If you want to glue it flat, you definitely could have. Just take your tear-in tape off and then put liquid glue or tape runner everywhere. Look at us, we almost used up the whole sheet. So when you guys get to the end of the sheet, don't hesitate. I'm gonna leave that as a long strip in case I wanna use it that way. To use these, oh, there's one left, look at that. I missed it. We'll use that one next then. All right, so these we'll use on the next card. And so now we can pick all of these off and put that right onto the embossed timber. Let's look what this looks like in case you guys weren't certain. That's the timber embossing folder, super cool. And you wanna make sure that you're flush on the one side, straight, and then kind of like just drop it down right onto the mat. So I'm gonna get that flush, like that. Make sure I'm straight, and then it should end up nice and flush on this side. All right, now this can get glued along with this onto our card base. Again, you guys are making 4 of these, okay? Because it's a stamp-a-stack. I'm only showing you how to do the one. And then this will go right onto here. And then we'll glue the inside in. And then we'll decorate the top here with our little label and a little more ribbon. If you like to double mat your insides, you could have definitely put a navy piece and cut the white smaller and then had a double mat, or you could have double matted with black and then the white. So then here what we're gonna do is grab a little bit more tear-in tape. Oh, stuck to my hand. And then this is going to get flipped over like that. Save that. We're gonna cut ourselves just a little bit, like maybe that much and that much. And then one of the things I like to do when I'm done using a ribbon, you guys, I keep it held together with a little bit of Scotch tape. And that Scotch tape, I make a little tab like that, so you can easily pull it off and then reposition it right over the end so it doesn't go all over on you. All right, so then this is gonna look like it's coming out this end, and then make another one right next to it, and we'll trim our tails in a moment. And then, oh, I lost it. Let's get that right back on there. And we'll put the tear and tape right over the top to hold it. And for our dimensionals, I'm gonna put one at the top, and we'll put one like that. Now this little guy, you guys, that comes from that Designer Tags die set, and we're going to Stella that with a little Stella before we put it down. You don't have to do the whole thing. The part that gets tucked underneath, you're not gonna see it. So this, what we'll do is use a glue dot behind here to get that to stick down. I'm gonna just guess it's gonna go here. I'm not gonna press it down quite yet. I'm just gonna set it there, and then we're gonna see once if it needs. So if I do that, a lot of it gets covered up. So we're gonna bring it back up to here, and let's see if that's a good spot for it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. All right, so when I put my dimensionals on the top and the bottom, because that ribbon is here, so it kind of is like creating a channel right there. So we're gonna put the dimensionals near the top and the bottom. And then grab your scissors, and you can trim your tails however you desire. Like that looks good to me. All right, so in your kit, you guys, you got a strip of rhinestones. Let me grab mine. Okay, I think there's 10 small ones and 4, so you got 14, so you have extra. You could put like 5 on one card if you wanted, but what we'll do here is, so you have 2 big, 2 medium, and then 10 small. So if you're wanting, you could put all of the large ones, you know, on each card, the mediums on each card, and then put the small ones however you want. So put that guy there. Actually, oh, got stuck to my finger. I'll put them over here this time, and then 1 and 2. So with this kit, you didn't get a full pack of embellishments because you got 3 rolls of ribbon, like 2 ribbon and a twine or linen thread. You got the blending brushes and the half pack of paper. And so we give you basically what you needed for embellishments on this one, because you couldn't not have embellishments. But there we go. We got 1 done out of the 4 total. But that's the plan. So we're gonna get working on our next card right away. But very winter-esque to me, kind of a cool winter morning, and there's like frost and dew on the trees. That's what I see with this one. All right, so I have a plastic envelope for this guy, and we're gonna get started on the next one right away. All right, so that one can go over here. We're done with this and this. And we'll pull in, which one do we want to do next? So the thing that I would do is make sure like you use this same sheet for all of that style card, for all 4 of your blending, because you're mixing blue on blue, it's really okay. For the next one, we've got some blue and then some yellow. So I might use this for the blue section and then grab another piece to use for the yellow, so I'm not blending blue in my yellow, because blue and yellow don't make the color that you really want. So let's get this one next. This is our nice spring into summer card using linen thread, and that is our yellow card. So let's grab this, and we've got the linen thread. We'll put this guy back. And in your kit, oh, Hildy likes it, yay. All right, so you're gonna need your yellow base, a white mat. Now this one is embossed with we call it the hashtags because it looks like hashtags to us. So we call this the hashtag embossing folder. It's part of a 3-pack. You guys will need to grab the copper foil that's in there, 1 of your circles. You'll need 3 dragonflies. 1, 2, 3. And we'll cut this stuff down to be the right size for us to show you what we're working with. Put that back, grab your trimmer. And this one we said we're making it 5 1/4, and because my sample was cut at 5 1/2, so we will just cut that there. And then we need to cut our copper foils. So we're gonna do that also at 5 1/4, so 5. And then you need 2 1/2-inch strips. So I have 1 inch here. All I'm gonna do is cut it right down the middle, and we'll use 1 on each side. So you have enough to make 8 of these 1/2-inch strips. You guys gotta do that. And then let's get our blending done first, I think. All right, so let's read a little bit together, you guys, so we know what we're doing. And it says, blend daffodil halfway down from the top. So we're gonna go down to right about here. So blue and yellow make this green color, you guys. So that's why you see a little bit of the green in there. So we're gonna do daffodil halfway down. Then we're gonna blend Mango Melody through the middle and into the daffodil. Okay, so this darker is the mango. Now again, you guys, I mentioned that Mango Melody retired. These cards, we designed these way back in April before we knew what was coming and what was going. And so we weren't gonna change your cards for it. If you don't have Mango Melody, you could probably get by with a little bit of crushed curry. If you have Bumblebee ink, that might look okay too. You could always just put more daffodil there too to get it a little bit more golden. I don't know if I have any more ideas for colors, but it's a darker yellow is basically what you want to use. And then you're going to blend Tahitian from the bottom up to the daffodil, being careful not to go too far into the mango or you'll get a lot of green. And the green's pretty, but you don't want too much of the green. A little bit is good for the transition, all right? So this is what we're going to work on. Oh, man. Julie said, you did a great job on blending. Looks like you are a pro. Ha! And then Carissa confirmed. You guys are so sweet. I'm trying my best to do amazing job blending for you guys. So these are our 3 colors here. All right, so we're going to be using daffodil, mango. So mango has like an orangey-ish to it. So I definitely wouldn't pull in like pumpkin pie, but any darker golden yellow is good. Like there is a honey color from the past. But we're going to start with daffodil. Now, daffodil first, and again, I don't want to use this sheet. I'm actually going to pull in a different sheet for my yellow because I don't want to be bringing in, when I'm running my yellow over this blue, it will pick up the blue. So we're going to grab one of these brushes. Let's see, they all look about the same. So what's our next card here? Is more yellows and orange. Okay, so we're gonna use this little guy here, you guys. This is the little brush that was included in your packet. And we're gonna start at the top and we're gonna work our way down with yellow. I love how soft these little yellow, this little brushes. So we're gonna bring in some yellow. And you guys, I keep dipping back to get more ink so that I don't push harder. I don't wanna push harder with the brush. I just want to go back and get more ink versus pushing harder. So you guys hear the notes, what we're working with. Show me what you're working with. All right, we're gonna do daffodil all the way to halfway point, and then we're gonna end. So let's keep going back and getting more ink. And we're putting that, oh, you know the one thing I didn't do, you guys? I said I was gonna do this on here. What I would do is take a paper towel. I didn't do it before the card was put together, but I'd take a paper towel and you can kind of like just wipe over this to make sure that you don't have any like ink on the foily part just lingering, right? Because you would get, there's nothing there, nothing came off, which is good. But I'm gonna try to remember to do that on this next one. So dipping back, getting more ink. Again, you guys know the drill. You can always add, but you can't take away. And when I dip in my ink pad, I like to dip all over this place because naturally if we always go to the middle, oh, hi baby. You guys, we have a tired little kitten here. What do you want, Tigger? I know you're gonna jump up here and you're gonna get your ink in the yellow. I mean, your foot in the yellow. All right, so when you are constantly always dipping into the middle of the ink pad, the ink is always gonna be escaping from the middle and it'll get lighter and lighter and lighter. So it's good to go all over the ink pad to get color. Hi baby, I see what you got in your eyes. I know what you're doing. I left the doors open for you, so you're welcome to come and go as you please, honey buns. Okay, The yellow is looking awesome. Look at that. Is that so cool? Very nice. Oh man. Told you guys. Sneak attack. He stepped right into it. Oh, Tigger, you're so funny. Hang on, you guys. Penny Follow, are you watching? Did Percy get a little... Huh? He did. He get yellow pads. Hang on. All right. Good stuff. All right. See, that's like really cheap entertainment, you guys. All right. See? That's his paw print. Look at that. Okay. Well, let's get that wiped up. Okay. He just had you guys, he needed you guys to know that he's here for you. Okay. So we got our yellow going on. I went a little bit further than halfway, but I'm okay with that. Now, for the yellow, you can just take your brush here. If you're conservative with your brushes, perfect timing, Tigger, right? Yeah. And he had to leave his little mark. And now he's, oh, poor little kitten. He's washing off his face. You can take, if you want to use the same brush, there's no reason why you can't. I would try to get out as much of the yellow as you can without pushing too hard. When it starts coming out pretty clear, then you should be good to go to the mango. So mango's dark now, okay? So just be careful that you don't get that on here, right? So when you feel like it's time to go try, you're gonna stay away from the edge here and you're gonna kind of work more in the middle. And we're making this a nice golden yellow right through the center here. See, oh yeah, chicka chicka bow. Looking good. Okay, liking it, work it. Okay, so you can see I've left a little bit of light across the top here. And then we've got a little golden. You can see it got a little darker right over here. You probably can't see it, but maybe you can see it. I got a little dark. It's okay. Nothing is ever the same or like exactly the same as, like you can make 10 of these and they could all turn out slightly different. All right, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna shut this. He is over there doing his own thing right now, so I'm not so worried, but there's that. And then, now, here's the choice you can make. You take your Balmy Blue pad, which already has a blue underlying tone to it, and I'm gonna switch out the sheets because I don't wanna contaminate and get that all mixed up. You could potentially just use this Balmy Blue, wipe it out a little bit, like if you're short on brushes, right? Could get some of that blue out, and then now we're gonna go to the Tahitian Tide, and we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up. So I got that sharpness there. And we're gonna do Tahitian Tide and bring it up from the bottom. And it's pretty dark on here, so it's gonna take us just a little bit to get there. Yep, he just wants to help. He did, he just wanted a little love, you guys. He looked up at me with those little baby eyes and he said, Mom, I just want you to give me love and attention, and not the ladies now, give me attention. I can see it. All right, so you guys, I'm staying away from my area here for the moment. I'm getting close, but I'm trying not to go over it at all because I want to be very careful when I do that because it's going to give me green. It's not the worst. A little green is okay. You're going to have that because of the transition. But I'm going to keep working. And I'm going to zoom just a little bit so you guys can see this a little better. Getting our Tahitian Tide on here. All right. See how nice and dark it's getting? Again, if you don't like it this dark, you just want to stop a little bit sooner. All right. I'm getting that pretty much where I want it. Now comes the middle part where you're going to see the transition. Oh, guys, you can see where he went. He went on my chair. Yep, he found my spot to go sit. Okay, now is our transition. You're gonna see the green come through. And I'm gonna go right through the middle here in a swoopy action. Not really swoopy, but we're just working our way the middle here. I don't wanna keep going over the blue here. I wanna concentrate in the middle section here, getting that color. You can see the green is coming through ever so slightly. Right here, it's getting a little bit of green. All right, keep going here. Because I want this part right here to be as dark as this part. So getting there. So now you can really see right here, it's getting greeny, which is okay. You can see all the way through here. Oh, no. Right through here, you can see the green. Okay, we're gonna come from the top now. Get a little bit there. Very cool. Love it. All right, I'm gonna go back down over here a little bit. Get that a little darker now. This is what I got, guys. Isn't that super cool? Oh, loving it. Okay, so you can see I went like a little bit of a transition like that. That's perfectly fine. You don't want it straight across. If you do a little bit of varying heights, it gives it character is what I think. Do you want to see a little bit more green in the middle? Like you could definitely keep going over this area and bringing in a little bit more green because the green gets made when you combine the blue and the yellow. All right, so the question I have for you then is, where else do you want to have some color? Are you good? I'm like, I think I'm good. leave well enough alone, right? So you've got that little bit of lighter on the top. You've got a little bit of lighter there. You've got the green coming in, and you got Tahitian on the bottom. Perfecto changeo in my eyes. All right, so we're gonna set this off to the side. Now this is where I talked about, you have your paper towel. It doesn't hurt to kind of just go over that and then go over. I switched sides though, right? I switched paper towel sections because a little bit that did come off. I have a little baby, you can't see it much, but a little yellow did come off. Thanks, you guys, yay. All right, so we got the little bit of yellow done. Our blue is done. Okay, so we get to do a little bit more stamping. So we need here, wishing you all the best, and the Tahitian Tide ink. Oh baby, don't look at me like that with those sad eyes. Oh, sadness. All right, let's get this cleaned up, and we'll clean this one and get our little sentiment stamped. So I'm curious, how many of you out there have never done the blending brush activity, exercises, or like this kind of blending, and you took this class with me, and then this is your first go round at it? I'm curious. How are you nervous? Are you scared? Are you okay? All right. Thanks, Tyra. Thanks, Randy. All right, so this time we're done with this, and we're gonna grab wishing you all the best, which is right here. Oh, back, I must go over there. All right, so we got wishing you all the best, and let's grab a mat, and this will go. You might consider doing your stamping beforehand before you start using up all the ink in the blending brushes. Oh, I just did wishing you, oh yeah, wishing you the best birthday ever. That's perfect, okay. And then on the inside, we're using the daffodil, only used once before for Jill. Okay, well Jill, this is a good little exercise for you. I think you're gonna be able to make, if you don't have a lot of blending brushes, I think you'll be able to make it work with what we have, because you can primarily use the yellow brushes with the yellow, the blues with the blues, and then you're gonna use like the core, the Cajun Craze and the pumpkin together. All right, so that's good. And then we need these little flowers. All right, they're here. Our inside is here. What I'm gonna do is the outline in mango down here. And then we're going to do the inside in Daffodil Delight. And there's a way that these line up, and that's why I did the mango first. So I just go round and round in a circle. I think that it goes right there. Nope. Let's look at this. Sometimes lining these up is the hardest thing to do. There it is. Perfect. Okay, there's our flower on the inside using the two colors. Unplug this. All right, so one moment, please. The phone wants to fall over. Okay, so we've got our stamping done. All right, so let's get these guys out of here. We'll get this cleaned up for our next one. That one was really fun, you guys. That, the daffodil with like the orangey yellow and a Tahitian is so pretty. Okay, so we got this done. We're done with these. We'll put these away. As long as we are here, let's grab out our Thinking of You, because that is for the next card. So that's ready to go. And then we already have our leaf out, so that's perfect. Okay. Let's make a little room and we're gonna put our card together. So same concept for these guys. Now, foil, not so good to work with, you guys. Foil is very slippery, does not dry very fast. So if you put liquid glue on this, it's not gonna adhere very well. I guarantee. So we're gonna use a little bit of tear and tape on this one. Penny, do you have any of these kits left? Oh yes, Mary Sykes, you're amazing. You two figured that out. So yes, Penny Powell, I do. And thank you, Mary, for answering the question. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. All right. Yes, I have at like 8 sets left, I think is what I, so what happened, you guys, is we made 48 sets and then we had more people sign up. And so we are making 12 more sets. So that was our thought. Oh, let's make 12. So yes, there are kits left, you guys. I think now there's probably 7 or so left. All right, so you guys, I put the tear and tape on the back of this piece. And now what I'm going to do is line this up. Be very careful. Get it straight if you can. You're gonna get that top corner. Once you got the top corner, then you're gonna set it right into it. Okay, that's that much. And you can notice on this one, we did a lot less. So you have choices of how much you can see. If you didn't like it, I didn't push down, so I was able to pull it right back up. And I could do a little bit less if I wanted. So I'm gonna go about like that. That looks good to me. So it's kind of like not an 1/8 inch, not a 1/16. It's more like somewhere in the middle. You sure can, Miss Penny Powell. You betcha. So I think we had Holly and Penny. I'm just gonna make mental notes. I know that Holly, you probably already emailed me, but I got you down here for the class. Perfect. So now this one here too, go right. So I'm gonna try to make these even now. Gotta be careful because it's not liquid glue. It's not gonna be wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's going to be sticky, sticky, sticky. But get it right where it needs to go. Perfect. And then if you need to trim the ends, now would be your time to do that. But we don't need to, they look good to me. And now we're using linen thread here. So there's about 3 lines of linen thread. So we're gonna cut about 4 inches 3 times. And so that's about 1, 2, 3. So that's that. And then we're gonna cut about the same 1, 2, 3. And these 3 I'm gonna hold together at the same time. And I'm gonna make an overhand knot. So grab all of them. 4 inches is good. It gives you a little bit of space. If you're having more like harder with fatter fingers or like your hands don't work, they're not as nimble, give yourself more, right? I did 4 and I can do it comfortably, but if you have a hard time making bows like this or this overhand knot, give yourself 5 or 6 inches. Don't struggle. It's not worth struggling over, right? So my mom says to me very often, be thankful that you have your nimble little fingers. I used to have nimble little fingers like that when I was younger. And it's what happens to us. And you know what I just realized here? I'm actually gonna tie it on, one moment. I shouldn't have made my overhand knot. I'm actually gonna tie it right onto my card. I got ahead of myself. We've been doing a lot of overhand knots and using glue dots to put them on. What we're gonna do is we're actually going to undo that and have it ready, waiting in the wings for us to put on here. So, all good. Just showing you what you could do, right? All right, so we're going to grab 4 pieces of tear and tape. Now this is right about here, so it's right kind of where our transition is. We're gonna put our tear and tape on the back. You guys, I love to do multiples of ribbon. So like in this case, we're gonna do 3. You could have easily wrapped it all around and did one piece, but if you have been watching me for a little bit, you know I like to save ribbon and use adhesive more. So what we're gonna do is line up all of these 3 right next to each other. And then we're gonna bring these 2 now across the front. So you've got 3 lines of linen thread. Grab your tear and tape, make your little sandwich. And you're gonna leave it on, actually. And we're gonna use our dimensionals now to pop this up. And we're gonna just test really quick to make sure that our embossed piece isn't too big. So let's just get this kind of prepped. We'll do a little testeroo here. One more up here. So our embossed piece here, let's just hold these up to each other. Like this is a good test to do. Make sure that it's not too long or too short. Mine looks pretty good. So what we're gonna do, there isn't really a top and a bottom to this, but if you look at it this way, I like that side better. And then if you flip it over, it's recessed, like they're going the opposite. So that looks good too, but I like this side better. So we're going to use that side facing up. And we're going to put these dimensional backs over on the side. No top or bottom or direction to this. So we're just going to center this top to bottom like that. Oop, it's got to go a little bit this way. Kind of get it flush on the one side. And hopefully if you have that straight, if you have it straight, you should be able just to set it down. And without pushing it down, make sure it kind of looks straight to you. And then once you know it's good, get her down. All right, so then liquid glue and liquid glue. All right, Jenna, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm glad you caught most of it. The other card is pretty much the same setup process, just different colors for blending. So, all right, we got this guy here. We're going to fold our card base here in half. It is scored for you already, so all you have to do is fold and burnish. Get this guy on here. So slightly different than what the picture is going to show for you guys, only because when we made the original sample, we did do the 5.5 instead of 5 1/4. And you can kind of see what a difference is in that you have the yellow border going across the top and bottom, and here you have it not there. So both, I think to the naked eye, nobody would really notice that. So I think it's an okay thing. So what I'm gonna do on here is put my tear and tape above and below my linen thread, and then I will just set my little circle right in it. And then now is where you can take these 3 pieces of linen thread, put them underneath, and now tie your overhand knot with them. Oop, I missed one little guy, hang on. That's where, if they're a little bit longer, it does make it a little bit easier for you. All right, so that's tied right next to the label, and then I'm going to tighten it. And as I tighten it, we're gonna have them going up and down. Now, you can trim your tails here. Thanks, Vicki. Trim your tails, and then if you like them the way they are, leave them. But what we did on here is they kind of got split apart, and you can just like separate them by taking your pokey tool here and unraveling them if you want to. If you don't like that look, don't do it. Again, you guys, what we say is it's your card. Make it however you want to. If it's exactly the same, fabulous. If you want to see something different, fabulous. It's what you want to see, like that. So here you can kind of see like this is what it looks like unraveled, and that's what it looks unraveled. It just fills it in a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna do the other side here, and you can't go from back here and do it. You have to start from the end and unravel the end a little bit, and then work your way back to where the knot is. All right, so here's that. And there's one more there. It just makes it look a little bit fuller. All right. Now you have some little dragonflies, and you can put the 3 of them. I would put the little dot of glue where I think I'm going to put them. Flying around at sunset. Love it. All right, so you should have 12 of them in your kit. I like to sometimes bend my wings. And this guy's going to fly that way. So you could take a bone folder and do that. Just be careful not to rip them off, right? But you can take your bone folder. You can also take your... My claws have gotten long, you guys. During the trip, they grew like little weeds. You can take your nails, you can take your thumb. You just don't want to pull them apart, right? So that guy goes there. And then one last little one can go right here. Now, I don't have any champagne rhinestones left for my sample, so I will be using the regular